Welcome back to Monday. Welcome back to Chloe McCulloch Vlogs and welcome back to Monday. I am in the same spot that I left you in and the same spot that I find myself in all the time. But it's a new week and I've had a bit of a slow start this morning. It's 9:30 and I was out late last night and I just thought I'm just going to have a bit of a slower morning. So I've got back from a walk and I'm feeling really good, as you've seen. I'm going to be honest, I wasn't going to put the vlog out last week because I just thought it was really negative. I was lacking in motivation and I just wasn't in the best of moods, if I'm being honest. But also it is the realities of what's happening over here. It's the realities of building this business, and actually a big part of that is like the challenges that you face internally in terms of how you apply yourself and how you believe in yourself and what you believe that you can achieve. And last week I just really struggled with all of those things. So sat down last night and I've got some direction back. So also, I don't know if I've actually explained what the agency is. So if you've been following me on LinkedIn or Instagram or any of these vlogs, I built my career, or the latter part of my career, building the YouTube channel for JD Sports, and I identified, I'm so hot by the way, I identified a bit of a skill gap when it comes to YouTube. I'm so passionate about YouTube. I think traditional media is coming back and I think YouTube is a big part of that. Traditional media in that long form and the way that we watch TV and craving longer form content rather than like stopping scrolling. And so I built a strategy for YouTube for JD and did it, and it went really well. But what I found is that a lot of agencies or creative partners that we were working with didn't actually understand what it took or didn't have the knowledge and experience to write a strategy for YouTube channels for brands. So I have obviously built a really good case study in that. And I just thought I'm just gonna go for it. So Chloe & Co is kind of a holding name at the moment. I have mentioned on the vlog actually that I want to rebrand it next year, so in Q1 next year. Honestly, any names, please help me out because I am still trying to think. But anyway, story for another day. And then under Chloe & Co, I have got YouTube for brands, so building YouTube channels for brands. Building YouTube channels for creators, so I'm working with a couple of different creators on building their channels, and that's really exciting because that can become TV shows and Netflix shows and things like that, and then podcasts. So I manage a couple of podcasts at the minute that we're really looking at restructuring and making them more dynamic and more exciting because there's loads of podcasts out there. So podcasts with a difference and building brands around podcasts. So that's my offering. And I just wanted to explain that because I feel like I'm not really talking about much businessy stuff on here. And so to take a step back from that, how I'm building it is just outreach and inbound. So I've got a couple of retained clients already. And then people are coming to me, which is really exciting. So I've had a couple of big creators come to me and ask me to help them with their YouTube channels. And then I've also had a couple of brands, well, more than a couple actually, quite a few brands come to me and ask me to help them build a presence on YouTube, whether that's through creators or strategy or actually organic content on YouTube. And then I'm also doing a lot of outreach. So I've mentioned on here loads of times. So I genuinely believe that outreach brings inbound. And so just through the act and method of doing it and putting yourself out there, I think it attracts back. So I've been doing that, and I do that once a week. But this week I've structured it into outbound for podcast creators and brands. So I'm just going to do really deep dive research into who I think who is active on YouTube, who I think could build really well on YouTube, whose audience is active on YouTube, and go after them and build really good case studies for why they should be on YouTube. So bit of a different approach this week, a lot more directional and intentional to what you have seen the past couple of weeks, because honestly, I'm so glad I've snapped out of that mood because it was not fun for me and not fun for you. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to explain that because I feel like I haven't actually spoken about that much businessy stuff. I'm kind of just vlogging my day, which is fine. That's what I want to do. I want to show you how I'm actually building it and what I'm doing and where I'm going. But I just realised I haven't actually explained the kind of business model. So yeah, so it's Monday morning. I am just about to go to a coffee shop. It's like fucking rinse and repeat over here. But there's a new coffee shop down the road that I haven't been to yet. So I'm going there. I've got a call with a makeup brand this morning. And then also a call with a hotel brand, which I think is really interesting. And then I've got 2 calls this afternoon, one with a brand and one with another guy who owns an agency. And I really want to focus on Substack. He has a really good Substack community, and so I want to build on there. So I'm talking to him about that this afternoon. So yeah, I'm going to have a really slow day. I'm actually going to have a really slow week, which might sound counterproductive. But when I mean slow, I mean in the mindset of slow progress and slow pace, and not put so much pressure on myself this week, because I think that is where I've been going wrong. So yeah, really good. I'm in a really good headspace going into this week, and actually I feel excited. So yeah, let's fucking do it. Really good, thanks. How are you? It's really nice to see you after all these years. Yeah, sounds like yeah. Yeah, it is quite nice, isn't it? The pace feels a bit slower, doesn't it? So cute.
Wow, new chairs?
Yeah. The rain outside, I don't know if you can hear that, is raining like a motherfucker. It's raining like a motherfucker. I've had such a productive day today. I went to a coffee shop down the road, which you saw me in. Then I had my calls there actually, which was really nice. Usually I come home for my calls, but I had them there. I had such a good call. My favourite thing is having a call with a brand when they get YouTube, when they fully understand YouTube. And I had a call with a makeup brand, and the girl was amazing. She was really lovely, but she gets it and she understands it and she feels really passionate about YouTube. So that was really good. So I've actually got a workshop in with her in 2 weeks, which is really, really, really positive and really exciting for someone at my stage of business, working with a brand like that at this size. I think I'm really hoping that I'm having all of these conversations now, and I don't know how it will go, like I'll keep you posted, but I'm really hoping that the goal is to have 1 channel in each of like what I discussed at the beginning of the vlog. So a podcast channel, a creator channel and a brand channel by the end of the year, and then I'm hoping it will be a snowball effect and we'll just grow from there. So like, let's keep our fingers crossed. But if I can get like this beauty brand that I spoke to this morning, if I can get them on a retainer, that's so exciting to me. And the fact that I'm already going into their office for half a day and we're going to do some work together already is really promising. So really, really good start to the week. It's 4 o'clock. I've got a call at 4, and then I am going to brace this weather and I'm going to go to the gym. It's legs today, so I'm going to go to the gym, and then the phone is going off. The phone and I have been on good form today with each other, but it is going to be turned off at 8 o'clock. So that's my check-in. Really, really good day. Also, Small House is the community that I run. I just really need to rework it. I don't know why I'm telling you this, but I know why I'm telling you. I'm telling you because I had a call with a guy who runs online communities really, really well. He owns an agency and he just runs communities on like his own community on the side. So I just had like a bit of a back and forth brainstorm call with him, and he gave me some really good directional tips. So yeah, really good, really productive day. I will say on calls like that, what I am finding helpful, I've got another call actually on Wednesday with an agency owner, and I'm going to do the same with him. Like, this is my opportunity. Where do you think I should drive it or give it direction? Is there anywhere else you think I should be looking? Because when you do start a business, especially on your own, as you guys know, because I do not shut up about it, you spend a lot of time alone with your own thoughts. Like, it's just me and me. It's me and me and me. And it's, I mean, you've seen it. I get in my head and I'm like, I don't know if what I'm doing is right. So I'm trying to be a bit more proactive and have these calls in with people who do what I do so that I don't go fucking mental. So yeah, I'm happy with my Monday. I'm really, really happy with my Monday. A really positive start. So let the week commence. Let the week commence. And let's attract great things this week. Let's really, really attract great things.
The panic years. That's how my 20s.
One thing I have noticed since wearing makeup pretty much every day, my skin is so oily and greasy. I've got quite nice skin, and it's always been like normal, never dry, which I know is really lucky. But never dry, never really oily, just a nice combination complexion, you know. And since I've been wearing makeup, only for the past 3 weeks, I think, is it, or so, it's really just feeling clogged up. So any tips on, I guess it's exfoliating, isn't it? But I do exfoliate like once or twice a week. So yeah, I'm just noticing a bit of a greasy complexion, you know. So anyway, that was not the point of coming on. The point of coming on was I'm just getting ready to... Where am I going? I'm going into Manchester City and I'm going to look at a studio. Basically, I have mentioned on here before, probably more than once, that Small House is a dinner that I run and I really want to make it into a community. So I've got the next dinner next week, and then I'm going to spend the next 2 months alongside the business mapping out like an actual community event. So I'm going to look at, I'm getting mentored by, I mentioned it yesterday, someone who also runs a community. And then I've got other people helping me this time rather than just doing it on my own. So people in the Manchester scene from a venue point of view, but also from a marketing point of view. They're helping me, which is really nice. And so I feel like if I can take my time with it and build it out properly, that's really exciting. So I am going to look at a venue for that this afternoon. So I'm just getting ready. I am then going to head into town. I've got a call, but I'm not going to take my laptop. I'm going to do my call on my mobile, because I mentioned this a few weeks ago, and I haven't done it actually, but having calls on my phone rather than my laptop is actually really nice, and it's with a guy called Alex who I know, and that's about Substack actually, because I also think I've mentioned this. Do I repeat myself every fucking time I speak? Probably yes. But I really, really want to build my Substack. I'm also not loving my LinkedIn at the minute, so I'm just going to press pause on my outputs. I'm still going to be active on there and post because I love it, but I'm just going to press pause on like what I'm doing and just reset it a little bit this week. So I've got a call with him on Substack, and then I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna like shop around a little bit and go to Selfridges and like look in the beauty hall, just have a couple of hours to myself, just in the nature of slowing down, really, what I was saying yesterday. And then I'm gonna come home, I've got a few more bits to do my emails and that sort of stuff, and then I am gym, rinse and repeat. Do you know what? I've also mentioned this. If you want to just watch last week's vlog, because it's probably going to be the exact same as this one, then please go ahead. But I'm really finding like fun in the mundane, and I think the more I'm learning about business, the more you have to do that. You have to find pleasure in the rinse and repeat, and it is honestly so tedious. I just went to town just to have like a switch off for an hour and do some outreach, like really curated outreach, and honestly you have to tell yourself this is how it works, this is how everything works, because if not, I've not put any bronzer on, if not, like I just sat down and I was like, I can't do this anymore. This is like week 8 of outreaching and it's making me cringe, and I'm going to be honest, it does, but I'm also quite good at it. Like, even, I don't know how, but I just end up in like random conversations with people sometimes, like, and I'm like, how has this happened? How have I got talking to you? Like, how has this happened? So I am good at it and I actually enjoy it. It's just obviously the business is so personal to me, and I'm selling something that I'm really passionate about to people, and I feel like I'm annoying them, but I'm not. It's just, that's the way to do it, isn't it? That is the way that, or the way that I know how to do it. So you can get in your head a little bit, and it is like rinse and repeat every single day, every single week. And so I've got to, or when you start a business, you've got to really find the fun in that, which I don't mind, because I don't mind doing like the admin light tasks, but it is a challenge to stay disciplined with it. So yeah, so I'm going to have a couple of hours break and then just do like 2 hours of admin when I get home, and then gym. And my evenings I'm watching Black Rabbit, and it is fantastic. By the time this vlog goes out, it will be old news, but I'm hooked. It's really, really good. I'm also reading Wild, whatever the last one is. Just over halfway through, and I'm obsessed with that as well. So I'm having a wholesome, every day is the same, but I'm really, really enjoying it. Oh, you can wave at the camera, Katie.
How do you know? I'm turning off the vlog.
For the vlog. We're laughing because there was just loads going on, but this is a cute little room. What are you doing in here? This is...
That's, the intention of that was TikTok live shopping, because of my experience at Lux Collective, but then also
here we go.
It'll be an amazing podcast space.
Yeah, okay.
Just because I think it just looks gorgeous, and you can put product behind it.
Oh, I'm falling over the dog. Hi, Foz. Hey, Foz.
There you go.
But yeah, this is blank space, and
we've got a lot going on.
This is cool.
Yeah, so this was designed just to have completely different to what Content Studios.
Oh, this is a full-on tour.
Yeah, okay, thank you, quiet. Yeah, so it was about bringing texture and light into the space.
Yeah.
So making sure that we had something. And it looks 3D, but it's not.
No, it's actually really cool. We were actually just brainstorming what podcast we could have in here.
Yes, just see it.
You may as well finish the tour. Do you want to do this part?
So yeah, we've got our infinity wall here.
Yeah.
So that is for anyone really doing any sort of headshots, e-com shoots. We wanted it to be really like flexible for the space.
Yeah, it's really cool. And then this
is our New York loft, because I walked in and I was like, that outside is New York.
It is, guys. It's so nice. I know, and also it's so central. It's like 2 minutes from. I got off at St. Peter's Square. And it's so easy.
So then yeah, we built this as like a loft.
Yeah, it's very cool.
And then you've got the dining set there, which is a little bit messy today because we've had a lot going on.
Very cool, very chic.
But the inspiration.
This is us. Hey.
The inspiration behind that was obviously Grace Beverley. So if you've seen anything Grace has done with her content series, and her business method and things like that, she sits and films it in front of, on a table.
Oh yeah, and the curtains as well. Yeah, she does. Yeah. Oh, so these are the curtains.
So which is so nice.
Lovely. So yeah, it's a little tour de.
There you go, a little tour with Fozzie Bear.
So, true Manchester style, it is raining. But I just thought I'd give you a bit of a intro after the site visit. But I just thought I would give you a bit of a lowdown on where I've just been. So that was Katie that you just saw at the studio. She's basically opened a studio really central to Manchester. We said it then, it's like 2 minutes from St. Peter's Square, which is an incredible location and such a nice studio. So we were I wanted to look at it for small house, but also some workshop stuff that I'm doing. Well, you can't see me here. But it's just a really great space, and Katie's background is in, she worked with Stephen Bartlett at Social Chain, and she also worked with Gary Neville at The Overlap. So it's just really nice to like get some advice from her and just share what I'm doing and where I want to go, and just have like a bit of a conversation. And also one thing I am learning, and that is kind of coming my way the more I'm getting into this business, is my network in Manchester is growing massively, because I now have something different to talk to a different set of people about, which I'm really enjoying. I love building a network. We were actually just talking about it back then, like the network that, like there's such power in network and community. So hence why I'm doing Small House, which I will stop harping on about. Well, I might not actually, because I really enjoy it. So yeah, just a bit of a lowdown on who Katie is, how I know Katie, and what she's doing with Blank Space, because it's really a really nice, cool studio. This is so blurry. I am so sorry about the quality of this, but yeah, just a little DL really.
Yeah, well,
I am taking such a different approach to how I'm working this week. It's Wednesday at about 11:30, I think. I've just got back. I've been out all morning having a coffee with a friend and just having a chat really. We went for a little walk. It's pissing it down in Manchester, absolutely Baltically pissing it down. But one of the biggest challenges, as you guys know, is like working from home, feeling like I have to be at my desk 9 to 5 and at my laptop and online all the time. And that's because I'm so conditioned to working in the corporate environment, working for someone, having contracted hours, being around Monday to Friday, 9 till 5, 9 till 6, even earlier. And honestly, it's genuinely one of the biggest mind fucks, feeling like you're not doing enough because you finished at 2 o'clock or you're starting a little bit later. So this week, I actually watched some of the vlogs back, and when I first started, like in the first few weeks, I was just working on my own timeline and I felt much more productive because I was having like work blocks. I think if you've watched the vlog, you'll remember me saying like I was doing like 2-hour work blocks. And I've not been doing that. I've been like sitting at my laptop from 8 till 6 till 7, and it's making me feel useless, like so unproductive. So I've had a really big shift this week, and yeah, I had a pitch deck to send this morning, so I sent that at about 8. I sat in bed actually for an hour, if I'm being honest, and worked, and then just had a few hours out, had breakfast, had a coffee, had a walk, really nice, and I've come back and I'm raring to go. So I've got a call in a minute, I'm gonna do that, and then I'm just gonna go into town and I'm gonna sit and have a coffee. I'm gonna do a few hours, bash out what I need to do, and then tonight, Wednesday nights for me are sacred. Wednesday night is the night of the week where I turn everything off. I turn my phone off, I don't go to the gym, I make a really nice dinner. What else do? I usually read. I was gonna say I have a bath. I am not a bath girly. Not a bath girly. I do try, but not for me. So yeah, it's a really nice day today, but yeah, that is probably one of the biggest challenges I'm facing so far, which I've been really open about on here, is how I'm spending my time, how I'm splitting my time, where I'm working from, and just getting used to a new normal. Like, I'm 2 months in and I'm still really struggling with it, if I'm being honest. But this week I've had much more of a balance. I was in town yesterday, so that was like half my day out and about. This morning, yeah, being off. So yeah, God, this week is so different to last. It is so different to last. I'm absolutely loving it. I'm back on track. We're back on track, and I'm feeling really good, really positive. Just come out for a bit of an evening walk. When I tell you I do the same things on repeat, I get weirdly obsessed with like the most bizarre things. I'm just walking down to HomeSense, which is about a 15-minute walk from me. I walk everywhere, just in case you hadn't noticed. My step count must be high. I don't even look at it, you know. I reckon I'm on 20k a day at this point. But when am I fucking zooming? This pisses me. Sorry, I'm just zooming myself out. But yeah, I walk everywhere, so I'm just walking down to HomeSense, and you've been on the journey of like decorating my house a little bit. I just get weird obsessions. I've been coming to HomeSense twice a week. What for? Because when I tell you I'm not buying anything, I'm not buying anything. If I buy one more lamp, my house is gonna be like fucking Blackpool Illuminations. So yeah, I'm just walking down to HomeSense. Then I'm gonna go get some dark chocolate because I've run out, and I love dark chocolate. One thing I'm incredible at is setting like a vibe in my house, like candles, music, and I just have really good energy in my home, which I really love that. So yeah, I'm gonna go back, and just like Wednesday night is just like a sacred night for me, where I don't gym, I don't do anything. I actually think I mentioned that this morning, not like me to repeat myself. But yes, I'm just like massive chill night tonight. I am feeling I did think it was Tuesday all day as well, which is a bit annoying. Today is the first day I felt overwhelmed, and I'm not mad at it. I think I'm gonna have to work all weekend, which is fine. Like, I chose this journey, I knew it was coming, but it's the first time I've really, started to feel overwhelmed. It's because every call you have, there is a deck to do. Every deck is quite different, just because YouTube is very tailored and unique to the brand, the creator. And then, I'll be honest, I did this vlog to be real, and I will keep accountable to that. Everything takes so long to get over the line, and I'm a bit like, I'm doing all of these decks. When am I actually going to start to convert things? And it's just the time. Like, it's October, we're going into Christmas, brands are really thinking about prepping their campaigns and going live with the campaigns, and they're in the thick of Christmas. And I'm like, QE, do you want to start a YouTube channel? And they're probably all like, piss off. But I just have to keep knocking on the door. And like, I've got loads of pitches out, but I will be honest, it's scary to be like, you know, I've left my job with some financial, like personal financial backing, but it's not going to last forever, and I'm a bit like, fuck. So I'm overwhelmed in terms of capacity and the amount that I've got to do, but I'm also a bit overwhelmed, and the worry, like, I'll be honest, there's a worry and a concern about finances, and am I going to be able to support myself and all of that kind of stuff. So there's a lot going on this week, and maybe that's an overshare, but it's a reality of like what's actually going on behind here. So yeah, I've just got a long list of stuff to do. I'm sorry, but HomeSense is really up to his game. It's really up to its game. Look at these mirrors. I'm sorry, but that is so nice. I don't know if you can see me pointing at it. That is so nice. That is so nice. There's just loads. Also downstairs, they've like fully restocked the shelves. It's so lame that I noticed. It's because I come here twice a week. It's a sick, disgusting joke, but it's like Christmas. Like, the shelves are literally, this is not the best HomeSense, I will say. Sometimes it's amazing, and other times, like for weeks now, there's just not been anything in here, but it is like Christmas. I do need not me in the lamp section. That's nice, isn't it? I do need a lamp. For the last lamp of the house is for the living room, so I do need one. But do you know what I'm not good at? I don't really enjoy like home decor, like putting it all together. Some of my friends like see things and like can envision stuff. I can't. So yeah, just gotta check in from HomeSense, because honestly, this is a sick joke. It's like, it is full. It's never ever like this. So yeah, and exciting. I have said this before, and I will say it again, but to anyone starting a business, be prepared to live in decks. I don't even know if I should be saying this on here. Like, is it really unprofessional of me to say that I am just living in decks? But I honestly, it's all I'm doing, which I will say, I have a weird mental blocker. I have a strange anxiety when it comes to decks, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if I'm telling myself I don't like them, because when I'm doing them, I'm saying this because I've just been sat in town for 3 hours, which is why my face, we'll talk about the puffy face in a second, but I just feel tired. Like, I feel like my eyes are drained because I've literally just sat and done a deck for 3 hours for a call that I had earlier this week. So, but it is just, that's all I'm doing, which is great because it means I've got a lot of potential clients and like a lot of pipeline going on. Ooh, look at that. I just noticed that. Let's put that away actually. But yeah, it means like the pipeline's great, but it does mean, like, maybe if you've got a business and you're watching this, you might be saying, oh my God, I totally resonate. Or you might be saying, just rinse and repeat the same deck. That's not me. I don't want to work like that. I think there's obviously bits that I can pull, and I have been this morning. This one took me, well, it's not finished actually. I'm about halfway through it and it really needs finessing. But And there are bits that I can pull from other decks, like data and stuff and research that I've pulled for other stuff and other client proposals. But I do like to do everything bespoke because every brand's different and every creator's different, and a big premise of my business is like making YouTube accessible to you, and therefore it needs to be tailored to how each team work and like what the setup is and the resource and the budgets and stuff. So yeah, I feel a bit wired actually. What time is it? It's 12:20. I'm gonna give myself, I've got a call at 3:30 and they've actually got pedicure this afternoon, and I'm going to the theatre tonight. I don't know if I've said that on here already yet, but I'm going to the theatre tonight. So I'm gonna give myself like an hour off now and just chill. I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna try and meditate, which I struggle with so much. It's not very me, it's not very on brand for me to be meditating, but it's the one thing, like when I look at mindset or how to calm your nervous system or any research I do in like self-development, it's the one consistent thing that people say, and people who I respect. I'm quite particular, you might have got this about me already, but I'm quite particular in like where I get information and resources from. I'm very big on environment and like who I'm listening to and that sort of stuff. So Mo Gordat talks about it loads. There's a content creator actually who she talks about like how she's managed to calm herself a lot through meditation. So I'm going to try and do that now. And I do like when I've done it in the past, or when I do yoga, for example, I feel so different when I've done it to when I have. I just can't seem to grasp it consistently, and I'll be honest, that's through making excuses and telling myself I don't have the time. However, I do have time to scroll on my phone, so they need to swap, they need to counteract each other. So I'm failing massively at the phone thing, to be honest. But yeah, I'm gonna try and do a 20-minute like just switch off now, and then I've got some other bits to do before this call. So yeah. I was going to talk to you about the swollen face, but I need to actually just stop pulling attention to my face. I feel like a lot of women have this issue. I feel like depending on what I eat, what time of the month it is, how much sleep I've had, how much water I've drank, my face, like it doesn't actually look that swollen when I'm looking at it in the viewfinder. But I said yesterday or the other day, my skin is breaking out, which doesn't happen to me. So I haven't got makeup on today, but I've like got a big breakout here, which I will wake up tomorrow and that will be gone. So I'm trying not to touch it, but my face just feels full, like it feels swollen. So I'm just not feeling my best today. So hence the meditation. I just wanted to like zap it all in and feel a bit reconnected and calm. And then call with a really, I know I can't tell you brands, but a really exciting brand. And I've been hammering them on LinkedIn and they've said yes to a call. So I've got a call with a fashion brand that you will know. And then, yeah, pedicure, couple of hours of work. Got a call with a content creator actually, an American content creator this afternoon. And then theatre tonight. So a gorgeous little Thursday actually. Building a business is a fucking whirlwind. Building a business is a whirlwind. And today, I don't know what's happened. I do not know what's happened. I've had... God, let me just take a minute to compose myself here because I'm still being zoomed in and out. Also, do not judge this face. Do not judge this face. It is, I don't know what's happened, but it's so heavy and swollen, and this needs to piss off. I'm going to the theatre, so I need to eat and then I need to get ready. But today... Last night I was meant to do that whole cozy chill night. Did not happen. Did not happen at all. I ended up working and like researching and watching videos. I think I'm overwhelmed, like I mentioned, and also I'm just putting an incredible amount of pressure on myself. However, this afternoon, I feel like it's just given me a taste of what is to come. I've just called my mum and I said, how have I gone from this morning panicking that I'm going to have no work and this is not going to work and who's paying my rent and I'm worrying about finances and money, to this afternoon where I'm like, fuck, I've got so much to do, I can't actually fit it in. And that's obviously just the normality and the reality of starting a business. But basically, I've just had a call with a really, really cool woman in the States. And again, it might not go anywhere, but I'm just struggling to manage anything. But anyway, had a call with this incredible woman, and she wants to build a brand in the States and globally, and she's got really big ambitions, which I love people who like think big. That's what I'm really kind of good at. Anyway, I had a call with her, and then I've also just been asked for some cost for some other thing, and then I got asked for a cost to do a strategy deck yesterday, and it's all great, but it's just scary because at this point I'm just one person, and when these things come in, I'm going to have to lean on everyone else that I know or everyone I've been teeing up just to help, really. And so, I'm going to look back at this moment. I'm going to be like, what were you stressing about? You had no worries. You had no clients. You had no worries. You had no problems. And I'm going to be like, pull yourself together when I'm actually stressed. But it's just a lot to think about. Like, it's a lot to think about and a lot to navigate. But it's also hypothetical, which is a bit of a mindfuck, if I'm being honest. Like, it's a lot of ifs and buts and whens and whatever. But I don't know. My mum's great, by the way. She basically just called me and was like, she doesn't swear at me, do not stop with this. You are going and you're going and you're going to push and push and push until this thing works. And I was like, okay. My mum is not like that. My mum's she's quite laid back and doesn't have big opinions on things. She's like super supportive. But for her to be like, do not give this up. I'm not giving it up. I wasn't thinking that. That's not what our conversation was about. But she was like, you go until this thing works. And I was like, okay. 50 Shades of Emotion today. 50 Shades of Grey. Do I wear the same outfits on repeat? Yes, I do. Do I have a big red spot on my face? Yes, I do. Am I feeling 50 Shades of Emotion today? Yes, I am. Anyway, fajita bowl for dinner. I need to start showing you what I'm eating. Fajita bowl for dinner. And then the theatre with a wine, and I simply cannot wait. We're back. We're back and we're crying. We're back and we're crying. This is literally 60 seconds after I just put the camera down. We're back and we're crying because I've said this the whole way through, but I've got a hit list of meetings that I've come away from and been like, fucking hell, if I win that, like electrifying. Also, what I've been doing in the background, which I haven't really spoken to you guys about, I've been doing a lot of research on like how to pitch and how to price and how to sell and how to structure your business, and like all I'm doing outside of my actual day-to-day is researching and trying to finesse and just being better. And one of the things I've been a bit hung up on is, why am I pitching and it's like the progress after that point is so slow? And again, maybe I'm sharing a bit too much and I'm being a bit vulnerable, but I'm sending a lot out, and not a lot's coming back, but the conversation kind of ends, and that either means people are going elsewhere, or they're not interested right now, or they're just actually appeasing me and wasting my time, which I guess is part of the process, right? But for every call I do, I'm literally doing a pitch because they're interested in YouTube or what I do or whatever. Anyway, it's probably the most excited I've been, one of the top 3 of the most excited I've been. They've just asked me for an in-person meeting next week to actually sit and flesh out what this thing could look like. And it's one of them, like, if you get it, shit's about to get real. And I know it might sound silly, but I'm recording this because I want to look back on these moments and be like, God, do you remember when you were sat in your living room and you were just on the phone to your mum because you were thinking it wasn't going to work, and then 60 seconds later you got an email from a massive, massive company doing incredible things in this space for you to come and sit and speak to them. Like, that to me is just, it's just mind-blowing. 50 Shades of Emotion. Genuinely 50 Shades of Emotion. This is, This is some roller coaster, I will tell you. It's amazing. But my God, it is a roller coaster. So yeah. Anyway, more on that next week when we actually go to the meeting. This morning's emotion is overwhelm. I was going to say, is it overwhelmed? But it is. I just, honestly, I know I said it last night, it's Friday morning. It is 7:30. It feels really bright this morning, which is really nice. And it's all like, look, the leaves are all autumn, which is so nice. And I think this is my routine this week and last has been all over the fucking shop. Even like what I'm eating, when I'm eating. I'm just feel a bit, yeah, all over the shop. But the pace goes from, when you first start a business, the pace goes from like really slow, really nice. Who the hell did I think I was booking a pedicure yesterday for 3 o'clock? To like now I'm like, fuck, I feel like I've got loads to do. However, I've come on my walk. I think this is only the second time I've walked this week, which is not like me. I don't walk every day. I walk 3 or 4 times a week this early on a morning, and it's my favourite time. Well, actually not my favourite time, one of my favourite times of the day. But I just thought Katie was actually meant to come with me this morning, but she's just got back from LA and she's jet lagged. So I am soloing the walk this morning, but I'm also trying to figure out where to work because I've got calls all morning, and one call is with a client who's also been in America, and I actually can't wait to have a catch up. Like, she's a client that's becoming a friend, and I just want to like sit and have a big chat, but I also don't want to be at home because honestly the silence is deafening. I'm really not enjoying it. So, but then I'm like, if I go to a coffee shop, then I need to go home for lunch, and then I need to go back, and I just want to like sit and be really focused and bash out loads of work today. So I know that sounds like a really small problem, and I know I keep talking about it, but it is a problem. Like, it is such a problem. I don't know what to do about it, and it won't be until, I don't think it'll be until January. I think it's the end of October now, so it's not too long. But I don't think it'll be until January until I've got the cash flow to actually pay for an office, so, or a co-working space. So just trying to figure that out. I wanted to go out of town today, like from where I am, but I don't know. I also feel like I've got a lot to do and I just need to be local and focused. So that's the problem of today. But what is on the agenda? I was actually supposed to be recording a podcast today. I was the guest on a podcast, but I've cancelled it because, oh no, he's cancelled on me actually before. But I've cancelled it because I just, actually when I look at my workload, the thought of what I've got to do is always more than what I've actually got to do. But I just want to get through it so that I can start next week not on a back foot. So I've spoken about this before, but like, me and Efficiency are best friends, but we're also in an extremely toxic relationship with each other. So if I've got shit to do, I have to get it done. I can't like let it go into the weekend or over the weekend, or definitely not into next week. So I think I'm gonna work. I don't know where I'll work from. I'll figure that out once I get home. But like, smash out loads of stuff today, and then I think I'm gonna have to work tomorrow or Sunday. I'm just trying to decide which one, because I definitely need a day of no screen, which is usually my Saturday. But it might, I don't know, we'll figure it out anyway. I'll bring you along with me. But yeah, 7:30 AM walk. Oh, if nobody does this, it's actually quite hard. I'm not an early morning person. I find it really hard to get out of bed. But if anybody does want to start a routine or like a habit, this is probably one of my favourite ones, to just get up and out and start your day. It's genuinely, I don't bring my phone, don't do anything other than speak to you, but it's a really, really good thing to start your day with. The way that I joked about 50 Shades of Emotion in itself is a sick, disgusting joke, because right now I am feeling elated. I'm feeling elated. I've been working from Reggie's in Hale. If you know, you know. Didn't actually, I knew it was great because I the Run Club collabs with Reggie sometimes, but I put it on my story. Honestly, it is popping off. Apparently it's a bit of a thing and I did not realise this. I also know the owners and they're great. A couple called Rowan and Izzy and they're brilliant. So I've been working from there, and then I've just had we know I like to get emotional when something comes in that I'm not expecting, but I just had a call with a huge talent agency and they've basically given me a brief to work on the strategy and production for a huge podcast and a huge celebrity. And I just, it's so, I know I don't actually talk about the universe, and when I talk about the universe, I don't mean it in like a woo-wee way. I'm such a firm believer of what you give out, you get back, and fucking hell, I needed today. I've had that call, and I literally teared up on the call. I was like, what the hell? Again, called my mum afterwards, and I was like, I've just been asked to do this, and she was like, keep fucking going. So my mum doesn't swear. I stop telling everyone that my mum swears at me. But what a morning. And then I think I mentioned, but the guy who runs a big football YouTube channel, again, knew nothing about him or the channel, but he was like, I just wanted to speak to you because I just think you're a female in this space and like everyone else is a guy, and I just wanted to say like congrats and well done on what you're doing because you get it and your quality of work is sensational. So just what a morning. Now I'm going to meet Coralie actually, who was on the vlog a couple of weeks ago because she's down by my house. So yeah, just again feeling so grateful, so blessed, so glad I've taken this opportunity, because when I told you yesterday morning was a tough morning, it was a tough morning, but I think that's just the reality of what's happening. So yeah, I needed today, but we go again and we keep pushing and we go again. And that is a wrap. That's a Friday wrap. I will say today has by far been the best day of the week, the most productive day, the most positive day. I feel like I'm back to believing in me and believing in myself, and I don't even know what this vlog has got in it. I don't even know what it entails. However, I do think it's a real version of what's actually going on. And has it been the most positive week? No, but it's not been a failure and it's not been a flop, and I've got some really interesting stuff happening. Some stuff that you know about. The pitch was like by far the biggest win of the week, by far, and just loads of good conversations happening. And one thing I will say about this week, I've had loads of support, like from my friends, but also from other business owners and people in the industry just willing to pick up the phone and have a bit of a chat and a pep talk with me, which has been really nice. So yeah, definitely the biggest win of the week was the pitch, and I will keep you updated on that. And then next week is a really positive week. It's annoying, I can't say brand names because one, I don't want to like put anything out there that might jinx what might happen. I don't really believe in jinxing, but I don't want to do that. And also some little competitor that's bigger than me could come and get me. And you know, competitors is not something I really focus on too much. I never really have. I don't in personal life, and I definitely don't in business. I really try not to. I've never really done it in my career, like compared. So, but if some big boy watched this and I've given all of my contacts away, I simply could not. So I can't name brands, but Monday, Tuesday, I've got 4 meetings with brands, like really good brands that I would be so over the moon to work with. So yeah, next week is a good week, and I've got a really nice weekend planned actually. I've got Run Club tomorrow and then the gym. I've just got back from the gym now actually. I did arms today. So yeah, Run Club in the morning, and I love Run Club. So Run Club in the morning, then I think I'm going to go to Delamere Forest, which is like a forest about 40 minutes from me. So I'm going to go there for a big walk. And then Sunday, I've got such a nice Sunday. I've got yoga and brunch with one of my friends, and then I'm meeting another friend and we're going for a roast. So really nice, wholesome weekend. I am so locked into winter this year, which is not like me. I'm such a summer baby, but I am so locked in. I'm gonna switch off now. I've got such a nice evening planned as well. I've got sushi on the way, just got home from the gym. I got a dessert. I got I didn't get a dessert because I had a croissant this morning. And I've eaten shite this week, and that's probably part of why I don't feel great, but I've got a little chocolate protein thing for dessert. I'm gonna switch off. I'm gonna journal because I love journaling. If there's one thing about me, I love journaling. So yeah, that's my Friday, that's my weekend, that's been my week, and I will see you next week. I'm so sorry if this has been a negative one. I've not edited it yet, so I don't know what's in it, but it's just been a blur. This week's been a blur. Anyway, we're ending on a high, and I can't wait for next week. I genuinely can't wait. So yeah, I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you next week.